Hello everybody. Today is the end of the coffee experiment that I started a little over a week ago. And it doesn't look like they ate hardly any of the coffee. But it also looks like it got attacked by that fungus that's in the compost. That might have been what stopped them, but I don't think so. There's the bottom of it. And you can see there's worms all in there. So what I'm going to do is take out the coffee and I'm just putting it in a bin, and then I will get the worms out of the coffee. I mean, it is coming up in pretty much just one solid mass. And I don't really see any worms in it. There's some grapes there. But this was, I don't know, probably a little over a pound of coffee. There are some worms in it. Got a little red wiggler right there. But I'll put that over in the other little bin so I can separate these guys. That's a nice little fat red wiggler. You can see his little patellum there. And when they're patellums, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's kind of flat and it looks really rough instead of nice and shiny and smooth. That means that guy just mated. So it's pregnant right now, however they can be pregnant. But yeah, that's a pregnant red wiggler. Or it might have given up its cocoon already. Let's get this guy out of there. But yeah, they don't like coffee as much as I thought they would. I just don't. It doesn't seem, every time I put it in a pile and I'll separate it from the other stuff, they don't go after the coffee first. They don't go after it second. It's usually a very last thing that they'll go through. And honestly, I think the other bugs in the bin actually eat it more than the worms do. But even when I just spread it out, a nice even layer of it, like, this is hard to tell because this is like everything up here is almost all castings. That's just a layer of castings underneath there. But yeah, I'll dig through it and see how much coffee is actually in there. Yeah, it's nice and slimy. And then I'll just throw the coffee into the compost outside and let it finish breaking down out there. But yeah, that's just the mixture of castings and coffee right there. Oh, that's a tiny little avocado seed. But yeah, they didn't like it. So we'll just put this stuff back here. They'll eventually get into it, but if you look, this is all castings. That's all castings. This bin is almost full of nothing but castings. So that is awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna get that coffee out of here. And I'm gonna feed everybody today. I'm gonna put the worms back that are in the coffee bin, or in the coffee over here. Let's look at that real quick. We'll bring it over here so hopefully you can see it. But yeah, that fungus just made one solid mass. That is nothing but coffee grounds. I mean, you can see the difference between the coffee grounds. I don't know if you can. They're lighter in color than the castings. A lot lighter. The castings are pretty much black where the coffee is brown. And yeah, so it's just, there's no worms in the coffee, it looks like. They're only in the casting part. So far that I can tell when I was picking it up. Yeah, see, it's just in the casting. They're underneath. They're in between the castings and the coffee, so they probably are eating it. I'm sure they are, because... oh man, those guys, they just stick to you. But... all I'm finding is just nasty coffee grounds. And I know there's some worms in here because I just threw them in, but like these guys, there's some bigger ones in there. But I'm just gonna finish digging through this, dump this in the compost. It really doesn't smell that bad either. I mean, you can smell that it's rotting and not in a good way. So this is all just trash. Well, that's not trash. It's just it'll go out to the compost bin, and at some point when the compost is ready, it'll come back in here, and they'll get a second chance at this. But you can see some of them, and they're not in the coffee grounds. Right here, you can see they're only in the casting area. It was underneath the coffee grounds. Try to be real careful with these guys when I pull them out. But that was a fun little experiment. It kind of made the bin a little stinky. But not too bad. It doesn't smell like coffee, that's for sure. It did the first couple of days. It smelled just like a coffee shop in that bin. But alright guys, I'm gonna finish this up later, or here in a minute. I'm gonna turn the camera off because this is getting boring. But don't put coffee in a pile if you can help it. It'll just turn into a solid mass, and they have a really hard time dealing with it. Let's see. That's not coffee, that's just the castings. But, okay guys, please like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Looks like I'm getting a call.